The origin of sin is a fascinating but deadly serious discussion that should not be ignored by anyone wishing to understand themselves, this world, God, and the life to come. Not only Christians, but many outside of the faith recognize evil in this world and want to know where evil came from. The Dutch theologian G.C. Berkouwer, who lived from 1903 to 1996, observed regarding the presence of sin, "No real genius is needed to see life's battered and mangled pieces before us, and no particular wisdom is required to appreciate how profoundly abnormal life can be." Who, with even a cursory knowledge of world news and history, could possibly say all is and has been well and good? Those who believe in a purely materialistic universe naturally face the dilemma of whether we can even speak of objective good and evil. Christians, however, believe that God rightly called his completed work of creation very good, as he said in Genesis 1:31. We believe God righteously determines what is good and evil because he alone is truly good, as Jesus said in Mark 10:18. When sin entered the world through Adam, creation became, in a sense, very bad. Another Dutch theologian, Herman Bavinck, who lived from 1854 to 1921, remarked, "Sin ruined the entire creation, converting its righteousness into guilt, its holiness into impurity, its glory into shame, its blessedness into misery, its harmony into disorder, and its light into darkness." When looking at the origin of sin, we cannot appreciate its ruining effects unless contrasted with the original declaration by God himself that what he had made was very good. In discussing sin, we must ask two fundamental questions: whether it be so, and what is it? Sin is a human problem insofar as we are responsible for it. Yet the solution is not ours to produce, since, like the leopard unable to change his spots, as it says in Jeremiah 13:23, we cannot cleanse ourselves without God's grace. The solution to the problem of sin thus falls to God, against whom sin is ultimately committed, as Psalm 51:4 says. He alone possesses the wisdom to find a way to bring purity out of impurity, to make beautiful what is ugly, to make straight what is crooked. God created the context for and possibility of sin. He created man and gave him his law, including a specific positive injunction in Genesis 2:17 that Adam was to obey. "But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat of it you shall surely die." God did not elevate our first parents to a place that ruled out the possibility of sin and death. As we find out in Genesis 3:6, Adam and Eve sinned by failing to conform to God's righteous requirements. Yet in his state of integrity and innocence, Adam was able to not sin, but not infallibly or immutably so. God did not confirm Adam in a state of immutable goodness, as he does with us when we are united to his Son and possess the Spirit of holiness, as Paul says in Romans 8:9-11, which will only be fully realized in glory. Adam's fall resulted from two major causes, one internal, his own free will, and one external, the devil.